Did anybody see the cabinet meeting yesterday? The sycophancy, how each of these cabinet members were worshiping Donald Trump and praising Donald Trump like he was the supreme leader of Korea or one of these other dictators. I mean, it was ridiculous watching how they sat there and just there's a piece that I'm going to play that piece at another time where MSNBC made a different clips of these guys just worshiping Donald Trump. But I mean, there's a piece that I'm going to play after this that's important, because what they point out is that the reason the sycophancy works in the boardroom, in the cabinet room, is because it has to. And why does it have to? Because, again, the whole right-wing media machine is so well oiled. Well, I tell you what, why don't you listen to this segment and then we'll take it on the other side.
That entire meeting, I don't know if I want to say it was un-American, but you cannot run a successful government, a successful company, a successful family if the way an organization runs is that you have to show ultimate praise and worship of the leader. Like, you can't run that. Like, that is how dictatorships operate.
You know, I used to have a saying, right? You're really in trouble if you're lying to yourself and believing it. This is a group of people you got to ask that question about. They're in such a collective state of not just puffery of Trump, but it's almost like a group think, like if we just say it over and over again, maybe it'll be true. And, watching the kind of cast that Trump has assembled, what are they there for? They're there because he sees selling the American people as the highest form, not smart, qualified governance, right? He's got TV personalities there, salesmen like Howard Lutnick there, and they're there to puff up Trump, and they're there to puff up whatever version of reality he's selling to the American people on any given day. It's pretty amazing stuff to hear. But remember, what they're playing to is the audience of one. They don't really care that you didn't like their cabinet meeting. They're happy if Donald Trump is happy.
Look, I mean, there's an entire ecosystem, right, that runs 24/7, 365 that will repeat all of what we just heard as fact, not as supposition, not
this
as...
This is so important.
Right? Like, all right, we always talk about Fox News. Fox is the tip of the iceberg.
This is a great point.
This is dozens and dozens of podcasts and video shows, and all of it gets chopped up and clipped up and sent around TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and everything else. This is the one thing that I think our friends on the left don't understand. Like, they communicate to voters 8 weeks out of every 2 years. The right, MAGA, never stops. It is a freight train that goes, and when it needs more money or it needs more effort or it needs more Trump, they give it to it. It never, ever stops. So his people are hearing what they want what he wants them to hear all the time. There's no break. And when reality does set in, now you have this massive psychological problem for them. Am I going to believe him, what he's always been telling me, or am I going to believe what my eyes are showing me? And that's a very difficult thing. And most of them are going to believe him, because to believe your own eyes is to understand, to admit to yourself that you've been lied to all these years.
So, yeah, it turns out that there's a lot that the left wing needs to learn, not to create a sycophancy, not to fool its people, not to change its values, but in effect to give the American folk truthful information, repeat in a repetitive manner, so that it sticks. And that's what they've learned. They've learned so much, and as the pundit said there, they have gotten so much bad information that when it finally reaches, the truth finally reached them, they can't accept it, because they would have to come to the conclusion, how could we have been fooled for so long? Well, we give them a place to land. We go ahead and tell the truth. We go ahead and point it out and let them know it's okay that you had been fooled before. We have a place for you, and it's that building unity that's going to take to get rid of this fascist establishment that's getting put together right now in the United States. We don't have a lot of time, but we have a lot of people ready to work. And that is what we got to do.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.